The debate on whether or not marijuana should be legalized is a very big one today in America. It's a very big controversy. Some people are like, yes, let's do it, and some people are like, heck no, we're never going to do this. People believe that it should be legalized for its medicinal properties, and some people think that it should just be legalized as a whole because they don't believe that it is dangerous or harmful. I believe that marijuana should be legalized because of the economic benefits that it will bring to the country, the medicinal properties, and because I believe that it is the least dangerous drug out there that people can access. I am for marijuana legalization because I had an uncle who died recently, and pretty much the entire time that I was growing up, he got hurt in the Air Force, and so he had to rely on pills, and I believe that that's probably one of the reasons why he died, because his organs were just like, they were ruined from the pills that he had to take. This topic applies to my audience because if one of them relies on pills or knows someone else who has taken pills, then they might be more for marijuana legalization because it could help that person. Main points will be the economic benefits that would ultimately come from legalization, medicinal properties, and it is the safest drug out of all the drugs in the world. Economic benefits of legalizing marijuana are very tremendous. In 2015 alone, the legal marijuana industry in Colorado created more than 18,000 new full-time jobs and generated $2.4 billion in revenue. That's a lot of money for growing plants and selling them. The study is based off 2 years of sales from the state of Colorado, measured in the direct effects of legalization and the spillover effects into Colorado's economy. The indirect impacts from increased demand on local goods and services were that growers had to rent warehouses and purchase specific lighting and equipment to grow it, and they were having to hire businesses and stuff to do the accounting and the sales and monitor all that stuff. The indirect impacts came from the increased demand, and then the black market has decreased significantly because of this. There's less illegal trading in Colorado because it's legal there now, so there's less people getting arrested for drug-related charges involving marijuana. The MPG expects that by year 2020, more than 90% of the market will be supplied by regulated state licensed dealers. The other 10% will come from home growers and a small fraction of unregulated and gray market dealers who manage to maintain customer base without transitioning fully into the legal market. So the economic benefits are one of the main big points why I believe it should be legalized, but that's not the only good thing that could come from legalizing marijuana. There are medicinal properties in the plant. There are two chemicals in the plant that have a medicinal property, and it's CBD and THC. THC is the illegal chemical in the plant that people say is dangerous. The FDA has currently not approved or recognized the plant as something of medicinal value, but in a scientific study that was done with the chemicals in marijuana, there are cannabinoids and they were found to have a level of medicinal value, and there are now 2 FDA-approved medications that contain cannabinoid chemicals in pill form. There are more research opportunities to do with marijuana that could lead to us finding more things that marijuana could help with. Marijuana is the better substance to use than alcohol or nicotine. More than 30,700 Americans have died from alcohol-induced causes in 2014, and there's no documented deaths from someone smoking too much marijuana, consuming too much marijuana. There's no deaths directly related to that. There was a 16-year study done on more than 65,000 Americans published in the American Journal of Public Health, and it found that healthy marijuana users were not more likely to die earlier than healthy people who did not use cannabis. In a survey in 1994, of more than 8,000 people ages 15 to 64 by the National Institute on Drug Abuse. It was found that those who had tried marijuana at least once, roughly 9%, eventually fit a diagnosis of addiction. Alcohol is 16% that eventually fit a diagnosis of addiction. Alcohol is more addictive and detrimental to health. Alcohol is linked to causing certain kinds of cancer, and research done by the National Cancer Institute suggests that more alcohol you drink on a regular basis increases your risk of developing cancer. So if all these things will come from legalization, why haven't we voted to pass it yet? The economic benefits that come from legalization in Colorado could happen for the entire country. That would be great for our economy. The medicinal value from the plant could decrease drug abuse when it comes to narcotics, and marijuana is not as harmful as some people like to make it out to be. It's been proven to not be dangerous, and if alcohol, which is more dangerous, is legal, then why can't marijuana be legal? Why should people who get caught using this substance to try to better certain things get in trouble when there's nothing wrong with it?